Hello everyone! In this week's video, I'm drawing two of my favorite YouTubers' original characters. So for the past couple of weeks, I've wanted to make some fan art for YouTubers that I like to watch. But you know, with YouTube related work and my webcomic, I stay pretty busy, so I haven't been able to find time to make the fan art. Then I thought maybe I could draw the fan art in a video, that way I get multiple things done at the same time. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So the first YouTuber I wanted to create fan art for is Rin Spirit Art. I'll put a link to her channel in the description. I really enjoy watching Rin's videos. They are very calm and chill, and they are very nice to have on as I work. I'm going to draw her OC Masaki. I wanted to draw Masaki because, well, one, he's adorable, and two, Rin was super sweet and drew an illustration of my character Chase. I was super touched when I saw the drawing, and it made me really happy. So as a thank you, I wanted to draw one of her characters. Masaki is a florist, so Rin often draws him with flowers. So I thought I would also draw him with flowers, or in this case, a flower. I wanted him to be holding a single flower kind of close to his face. I drew the hand separately in kind of a random spot, and then moved it to where I wanted it to be placed. That's one of the nice things about digital art. I definitely want to be able to do that with traditional art. Sometimes I find it easier just to draw the hand and then just place it where I want it. After finishing the sketch, I start cleaning it up with the line art. I wanted this piece to have a more soft and sketchy look, so I'm using the rough pencil tool and I'm being a little bit more loose and sketchy with my lines. I also made the line art brown to help it feel even softer. It's a little less harsh than black. Later on, I even go over my line art and make it slightly different colors to soften it up even more. But I do that more towards the end of the process after I finish the coloring. Masaki's right ear is pierced in 2 places. I tried to make sure to remember that detail. I accidentally had my symmetrical ruler on, so he gained an earring on this side. I get rid of it later on. When Rin draws Masaki, she often draws him wearing a dark teal turtleneck and a brown apron, so I drew him wearing this outfit. I was actually using an acrylic charm I have of Masaki as my reference. It's so cute and tiny. I bought it from Rin's shop and it's so cute. This might sound kind of strange, but for some reason I love when male characters wear turtlenecks. I'm not sure why, but I always just really like them for some reason. I also just like drawing them and adding the details that make it look like a sweater. So yeah, I like turtlenecks. Masaki's hair was a little tricky for me to draw, and I tried to keep my lines a little more clean when drawing it. I wanted the hair to feel very light and fluffy, so I tried my best to achieve that look. One thing I try to keep in mind when drawing hair is the silhouette, so I try to think about the overall shape, and I also ask myself, would this look fluffy if I only saw the silhouette of it? And I found that's helped me a lot when it comes to drawing hair. I kind of learned this when I was working on my book The Autumn Festival last year. My OC Tokume has hair that's jet black, so you can't really see the inside details, so I really had to focus on the silhouette. So yeah, if you're having a hard time making hair look fluffy, try to think about the silhouette of the hair. After finishing the line art and filling in the colors, I can work on the shading. Shading is always fun because it really brings the drawing to life. I decided to start with the face because how I choose to shade the face will kind of dictate how I shade the rest of the picture. So for this illustration, I decided to make there be a strong light source coming from the left. So we are going to get a lot of shadows on the right side of Masaki's face. His nose is kind of blocking the light and making a shadow on his face. I always really liked this formation of shadow and how it looks, but it is always a bit tricky. You have to think about how the shadow interacts with the lips and the chin, and it can be a little bit confusing. Oh, but one of my favorite parts is adding where the light hits the cheek. I erase the shading and make a triangle-like shape. The nose is blocking the light, so I make the edge be hard on this side and fade it out on the other because the cheek is a rounded shape. I can't remember where I learned that information of making it a hard edge on one and soft on the other, but I remember my mind was blown when I learned it. Once I shade the face, I add some blush to the nose, cheeks, and lips. I find adding this blush helps the face feel less dead and a little bit more alive. Like I mentioned, Rin is one of my favorite YouTubers. I've been watching her videos for I want to say like a year now. My sister Reagan also really enjoys watching her videos and we tend to watch them together. Reagan will sit at the desk next to me and sketch in her sketchbook, and I'll sit at my computer and get work done, and Reagan will turn on Rin's newest video as she draws. Sometimes I have to ask Reagan to watch it later because I'll be working, but I'll be doing work that doesn't allow me to both listen and work at the same time. So I'll be like, wait, I'm not ready to watch it yet, so can we watch it later? Usually she'll wait for me to be able to watch it. That, or she'll watch it on her own when I'm not upstairs. Rin posts all kinds of different videos. She does a lot of traditional art and digital art. She also often draws characters from Genshin Impact or the members of the music group 17. So if you like those things, I think you'd really enjoy her content, or even if you don't like Genshin or 17, her videos are just fun and relaxing to watch. Oh, also, I mentioned Reagan earlier, and I've been meaning to tell you all that she made her own YouTube channel recently. It's called Reagan Doodles. I'll leave a link in the description to it. Many of you often ask me if Reagan posts her art anywhere, and now she does. So yeah, if you want to see some of her stuff, you can check out her channel. She's only posted one video so far, but she is working on another video. So I've been working on Masaki's hair, and like I mentioned, I wanted things to look kind of soft and sketchy, and maybe a little bit painterly. So to help me achieve that look, I had applied some dark brown to different parts of the hair, and then used the blending tool to move the colors around and make them flow with the hair, and kind of add more detail. Like I said earlier, the light's coming from the left, so I apply a lot more of the dark brown on the right. Once I was pleased with the shading, I start adding the highlights. I add a light color to kind of add more form to the hair. I then blend it out with the blending tool and use a soft eraser to fade it out. I always find adding this bit of light color adds a lot more form to the hair and helps it look like it has more shape. So I don't treat it as like a true highlight to make the hair look shiny. It's more just coloring to make the hair look more three-dimensional, I suppose. And now I'm adding the highlight that makes the hair look shiny. To make the hair look shiny, I use Add Glow. To help the Add Glow not look like it's just slapped on top of the hair, I erase in some parts where the hair is spreading or where there are shadows. That way it looks like it follows more of the form of the hair and that it's interacting with it. And lastly, we have the eyes, my favorite part. It was kind of funny as I was working on the eyes. I thought to myself, wow, I really like the combination of brown hair and green eyes. Maybe I should make a character with brown hair and green eyes someday. I kept kind of thinking about it, and then I was like, wait, I have Emmett. I think he didn't pop into my head because I haven't drawn him in like months. I haven't had to draw him for my webcomic recently, and I haven't made any illustrations of him. My poor baby Emmett is being neglected. But yeah, I think the combination of green and brown looks really nice. For the finishing touches of this picture, I just kind of add some extra effects like some highlights to the face. I also add some rays of light to make things feel more magical and lively. So here's my drawing of Masaki. If you happen to see this, Rin, I hope you like it and that I did your character justice. I had so much fun drawing him, and thank you so much for drawing my character, Chase. I really appreciate it. Boo! Sorry if I startled you. I just wanted to take a minute to let you know that this video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare, it's amazing. They have thousands of classes for any skill level. If I ever want to learn something new, the first place I check is Skillshare. They have classes on so many topics like game design, animation, creative writing, illustration, and so much more. A class you may like is Digital Illustration. Coloring female characters in Procreate by Gabrielle Bricky. Using an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil, Gabrielle shares her process for sketching characters and will show you how to level up your sketches with color. Gabrielle's art style is super pretty, and I love the way she uses color. One of the parts that's really nice about Skillshare is that they are created specifically for learning. So there are no ads and they're always launching new classes. You can even try it for free. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. During this 1-month free trial, you can take as many classes as you want and start exploring your creativity. So go try Skillshare today, and thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. So the next YouTuber I'm creating fan art for is Mariah Elizabeth. You've probably heard of her, but in case you have not, she makes crafty and art-related videos. In one of her series, she customizes old squishies and turns them into really neat new creations. In her most recent squishy makeover, she created Winnie and Wilfred, and for some reason, I just really connected with them and felt a really strong urge to draw them. I think they are both so cute, and I really relate to Winnie because she worries all the time, and I kind of do that too. So I feel a special bond to her, I guess. I can relate. So yeah, I really wanted to draw Winnie and Wilfred. So Wilfred is Winnie's friend, and he kind of tries to help her worry less and comfort her. So I decided to draw Wilfred giving Winnie a big hug. Also, as you can see, I'm drawing human versions of these characters because I like to draw humans. So yeah, that's what I went with. They are still wearing their animal onesies. However, I did make Wilfred's hood go down because having both hoods be up was kind of tricky and there just wasn't enough space. So yeah, I made his hood go down. Maybe he was running over to give Winnie a hug, and as he was running, his hood fell down. Also, Wilfred is wearing a cow onesie, and I think it's really cute. But he's also a bunny, and I felt like he needed that bunny element still. So I kept the bunny ears on the hood. I know it kind of doesn't make sense because now he's wearing a bunny cow onesie. I kind of just wanted to keep the bunny ears because I thought they were cute. After finishing my sketch, I worked on the line art. This time around, I wanted things to be a little bit more neat and tidy, so I used the G pen for my line art. For Winnie, I made her eyes very round in shape because the original squishy has very round eyes. Also, I draw her looking kind of nervous or worried because that's what she does. It may not look like she likes the hug that Wilfred is giving her, but I think she does appreciate it. She just still looks worried. For her hair, I decided to make it kind of long and in her face. Since she worries a lot, I thought maybe she would kind of hide behind her hair a little. One part that gave me trouble is the fact that Wilfred is shorter than Winnie. My boy characters are pretty much always taller than my girl characters, especially if they are about the same age. So my brain was having a really hard time comprehending making a boy smaller than the girl. I tried to make his details more soft and a little bit more cute. That way his look fits his stature. One of the parts that took me a pretty long time was Wilfred's hair. I decided to make it very fluffy and a little bit curly because he is a bunny, so I felt like he needed to be fluffy like a bunny. Now that the line art is done, I can fill in the base colors. For the most part, I was looking at the colors from the original designs, but for the hair colors, I decided to make them the same color as their fur colors. For the shading on this illustration, I wanted to keep it a little bit more simple and clean, so I went with the cel shading style. Mariah's art and her creations are often very colorful and lively and bright, so I wanted this piece to kind of have the same feeling. I've been watching Mariah's videos for like 3 years. I think the first video I watched of hers was the collaboration she did with Nerdy Crafter, and it was her painting on rocks video. Mariah's always so funny and she's really entertaining. Her video editing is just amazing, and I can tell she puts so much time and effort into her videos. I always love the memes of herself that she puts into the videos, and her comedic timing is really great. Also, all of the stuff she creates is so cute and adorable. It's a lot of fun watching her experiment and try new things. Like, she does all kinds of things from baking and painting on things and creating things, and she has 5-minute craft videos. So yeah, if you like crafting or painting or art, I definitely recommend her channel. When Mariah posts, it's kind of like a little event for me and my siblings. We all like to gather together and sit around my computer and watch her videos. We always have a lot of fun watching them together. I had a very nice time drawing Winnie and Wilfred. It was fun imagining what they would look like in a more human form, and the characters kept making me feel warm and fuzzy. I think Winnie and Wilfred are two of my new favorite Mariah Elizabeth characters, but of course I still love a lot of the characters like Georgie, Pickle, Derp, Galacticat, and so on. If Mariah somehow sees this, I hope you don't mind that I drew your characters and that you like the picture of Winnie and Wilfred. Winnie and Wilfred are so cute and I really enjoyed drawing them. And thank you so much again to Rin for drawing Chase, and I hope you like the picture of Masaki. So that is all for this video, but before we end, I want to say a super big thank you to my amazing, wonderful, beautiful patrons for supporting my work and my channel. It means so much to me. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next week in my next video. Bye!